Welcome to the Unshakable Talks with me, Katy Schweiger. This is not just another podcast. This is your girls' chat for business women. I'm going to speak to women in business, and we're not just going to have a normal conversation. We're speaking about what it really takes to build a business, to scale a business, why we are doing business, and what are the real challenges. What are the things no one actually talks out loud? What are the things which are holding us back? And what are the things which are really driving us to do what we're doing? So I believe running a business as a woman isn't harder, but it is different. So it's time we actually start talking about it. Let's get into it. On today's episode of the Unshakable Talks, I'm speaking to Emma. And Emma is a network marketing specialist for a skincare and nutritional brand. And this conversation is getting really heated. So you want to listen to this. Welcome to the Unshakable Talks, Emma.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
But I will be much better when we're doing this episode because this is going to be so much fun. Mm-hmm. So I want to introduce you by saying that you're working today in direct sales.
That's correct.
In network marketing.
Yeah.
And I know this is going to ruffle a couple of feathers, but I wanted to have this conversation specifically with you.
Okay.
Because we had a little chat before, and I think there's a lot of negative connotation around network marketing.
100%, yeah.
And I think it's important that we talk about this because specifically for women, I believe if it's the right company, it can open so many doors and business opportunities for women and mums in specific. Mm-hmm. So thank you for coming onto the pod and having this conversation with me. So you are working in network marketing for in the beauty industry.
That's right.
Specifically for a brand by Dr. Simon Owen.
Yeah, that's correct.
Do I pronounce this correctly?
Owen,
yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Well, it's a brand that's been established. It's only 2 years old. Dr. Simon Owen is one of the leading dermatologists based over in LA. He's doctor to the stars. He's worked with the Kardashians, Nicole Scherzinger, Lady Gaga, to name but a few. So, big names.
Reputable.
The CEO is actually a female CEO, and she's been in the beauty industry for more than 20 years, heading Estee Lauder and Clinique. And the founder, Dan, he has actually been in the business again for more than 20 years. And one of the direct sales, specifically direct sales, one of the companies that he sold was valued at over £1 billion. So these are big names in the industry.
Yeah.
So I am trained in aesthetics. That's not my background, but I trained in aesthetics. I'm sure we'll come to that a bit later. And this kind of opportunity was presented to me more than a year ago when it was first launched. And I'll be honest, I looked at it and thought, no, this ain't for me. It's not for me. It's, I think because it's got such... Okay, so we all direct sales every day on our social media, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
We link to restaurants, we link to, a top that you've worn or whatever. But because of previous... maybe not so ethical companies or different ways they've been run, we've all gotten a not particularly good idea. We all remember the Tupperware parties, right? And the girls in the 90s that were selling the slimming coffee that gave you the shit.
Yes, I've
so
purchased.
we all know this, but this kind of company was an involvement, and that's what I needed to look at, and that's what I did look at. So here we are.
So I'm going to say something which some people maybe think, did she just say this? But if you're watching this episode on YouTube, obviously then they will see how beautiful presented you are and how beautiful you are.
It's makeup, yeah, but thank you.
Beauty is very important to you as a person. You take incredibly good care of yourself.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying this is there will be a negative connotation between someone who looks like you, works in the beauty industry. There is a natural consumption some people make that there's not really much in here. Well, and the reason why I say this is because, and that's important, for to really shout about it and be proud about it, but also when it comes to the network marketing aspect, because you actually have an incredible career before you've done this. And one of the things is you have a law degree.
And a business degree.
Yeah. And a business degree.
Yeah.
So you worked for Goldman Sachs in your early 20s.
In the trading floor, yes, I did, for many years.
You did a law degree.
I did.
You opened a building company with your husband.
Worth multiple 7 figures, yeah.
Yeah. obviously, beauty is your passion. You're trained in aesthetics, and you're now in network marketing. The reason why I really wanted to mention this is because you're not just a pretty face. You're not just someone who is impressionable, who can be sold something to. And this idea of the pyramid scheme, which everyone has of network marketing, I mean, you have a law degree, so surely you would know if this is a pyramid scheme. Besides the point, pyramid schemes are illegal in the UK, so you wouldn't be able to have the company here. But tell me a little bit about the rejections you're getting in general when you tell people what you're doing.
Okay, so they are vast, you know. I mean, you have to have a thick skin. Although I will say, first of all, going back to circling back to what you said, women in the beauty industry, I mean, number one, I always see, I mean, obviously I present myself in a certain way. So a lot of the time I do get a bimbo tag, which to be honest with you, suits me down to the ground because it gives me the upper hand on everybody because I'm not stupid.
Great way of looking at it.
So I sit back and take a judgment and just let people dig themselves in a hole most of the time because they're the idiots, not me. So that's the first thing that I'm going to say. The second thing is, you know, network marketing is a vehicle, and people they talk about it being a pyramid scheme, but actually any organisation, as we've discussed before, actually operates as a pyramid. So you have somebody at the top and, you know, going down and down and down. But network marketing as an industry is one of the only ones that I know that you can come in and be introduced by somebody just asking, you know, about this opportunity. And you can actually go on and outrank and earn them, you know, numerous times. And there's also a misconception that you earn, you know, a commission off someone's sales. That's not strictly true. So obviously you get a commission for your leadership, for showing other people how to do this, and the company pays you for that. You don't earn off other people. So
within your company, that's important to mention is that whatever commission you're getting, you're not earning off me if I would be under you now. If you introduce me to the business, the company will pay you the commission. So it won't be cut off whatever I'm making.
No. I mean, obviously, any sales-based role, there's a percentage of sales as a whole, but it's paid by the company. It's not directly associated by someone's pay per se. Again, there's a series of bonuses that you can earn. So fast start bonuses. So that's if you bring someone in and encourage them to go up the ranks quickly. They get extra bonuses, and then you get extra bonuses. Again, they're not necessarily dependent on their sales figures, and they come from the company.
But the bonus schemes is very normal within corporate.
100%. I mean,
like banking, sales, marketing, like there is introduction fees. It's very normal.
Yeah. I mean, when I was working at Goldman Sachs, I mean, they used to buy, you know, Aston Martins for their bonuses. I mean, it's slightly different.
Those the old days.
the good old 90s. We don't own like that anymore. I wish we did. But, you know, it is very much effort dependent. So, you know, you get back what you put in, as with most things in life, I guess. So
I think that's absolutely true. And let's talk about your entrepreneur journey, because you are a crafter. You are the definition of a crafter. You never stop. No. You absolutely love it. And you actually said to me, you have to do something. Like it's within you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you have older children now. There was a point in your life you always had your career in banking. You then did the law degree. You met your husband while you were doing your law degree, if I remember correctly. Talk me through this timeline a little bit, until from then to now. From meeting my husband? No, from younger Emma in corporate to Emma now in network marketing.
Yeah, well, my nan always used to tell me there's no shame in earning money, right? So that's the kind of background that I came from. Yeah. So my family always worked. You know, my dad was a really hard worker. It's just my mum always worked. You know, she used to work around us kids when we were younger. She used to stack shelves overnight in Sainsbury's, which in the UK was quite a popular job for mums to do back then. I've since found out because, whatever. And then I started working at hairdressers when I was 12. And I told him I was 13, so I lied so I could get in a year early. And I was working for £1 an hour. £1 an hour.
Crazy,
it's like slave labour. And then obviously I went through school, and I always worked in hairdressing, around there. And then I had my son when I was young. So I was doing my A-levels when I had my son. And then when he was young, I did my business degree, and then went into obviously the finance up in the city. And then when I had come back off maternity leave with my daughter, who's now 21, it just didn't really suit me it didn't suit me. And I'd done a lot of work with the compliance department, and it's something that interested me. So I went back and did law. I was accepted into College of Law, so I was going to do my finals to be a solicitor, and I met my husband. So, and then we started the company, which is now obviously still running. I retired from that 6 years ago, because working with your husband is grim. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody at all, unless you
Why
really.
is that?
Unless you really want to hate them. I mean, if you want to turn around and just really fucking hate them, then yeah, go for it. So yeah, but that was literally started. I mean, we've got staff of over 250 now. We carry out insurance works, fire, flood, for all the major insurers across the country, from sort of the south and southeast. But that was started from an IKEA desk in our spare bedroom of our rented house.
Well, see, this is true entrepreneur spirit there, isn't it?
So, and I had no clue about the building world. And obviously, I don't know if anyone does, you've got CIS, it was a minefield. The accounts, VAT,
Where did you start? Because I think...
Do you know what? I remember looking at my husband, and it was awful. We'd borrowed money off everybody. We were skin, like up shit creek without a paddle skin, borrowed off so we could get this business started. And I remember standing outside the house that we were renting at the time and looking at him, and I went, what the fuck are we going to do? And he went, babe, I don't know. I don't know. I said, well, we're just going to have to make it work.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. Late nights, weekends, fucked up a lot along the way. But, that's how you learn, isn't it?
Like, yeah, absolutely. Failure breeds brilliance.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. And what you just said, like, we just had to make it work.
It's like quitting wasn't an option. Yeah. It just wasn't an option because there was nowhere else to go, really. So, yeah.
You could have gone back to corporate.
I could have. Again, I didn't want to. I didn't want to. And now working for myself all that time, there's no way. I just couldn't, not in a million years. Hence why I fell into what I'm doing now, because I am my own boss, although that comes with its challenges, obviously. But having somebody telling me what to do, having someone telling me when I could take holiday, it just wouldn't fly with me anymore. I couldn't think of anything worse than only having 28 days holiday a year.
Yeah. My daughter just signed a contract for her first job, and when we looked at the holiday allowance, it brings it back, doesn't it?
Yeah. So although that said, I have a business in Cape Verde as well, property, and we've just been there for a week, and I could have sat on the sun lounger. I did sit on the sun lounger, but I was still working while I was there. I was
just about to say, yes, you do have the freedom to decide what you want to do, where you want to be at what time, but it does come with a price to pay. And it takes a certain person to be an entrepreneur, because there are people who find a lot of comfort, and they can only operate within this comfort zone of a 9 to 5, the security of an employment benefit, and all of this which comes with it. So actually, yes, we have the freedom, but I like to say we work much harder on the average. We choose what time of day we're working, but generally speaking, if you are a business owner and your business goes well, you work every hour of the day, usually.
100%. I think there's a misconception that obviously working for yourself, there's a great level of flexibility.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the key. And I think that's why so many women are drawn to the network marketing space, because it offers you so much flexibility. But that shouldn't be confused with the fact that you sit on your ass and get your nails done all day, because that's just not the case at all. I had, some family stuff to do yesterday. And of course, I've got building work at my house. Of course I have. Yeah, of course I have. So I was dealing with all that yesterday afternoon. And, but yeah, last night I was working to around 10 o'clock. So,
and I want to speak about this because I know this from my personal experience. So I have entered network marketing space about two and a half years ago, when I first thought about transitioning my coaching business to more online. So I've entered this for two reasons. I've entered the travel space. One, because I was traveling a lot as a family, so that made total sense for me financially. And B, I was thinking I could bring my coaching aspect to the network marketing group there. But what was really, really obvious to me was that obviously there is an ideal sold. Like all the girls you see online who are really smashing it and working it and getting really good money, that's obviously the ideal which is being sold. And there was a lot of women who I met within the travel business who complained. And the complaints came more from an aspect of, I don't think what they're selling us is true. Why can't I make this work? And it was this completely wrong perception of what you actually have to do to make this work. There is a reason why it's only working so well for a handful of people, because they are the ones who are actually happy to put the craft in.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I mean, the business model for sure works. It works if you do.
Yeah.
And in my experience, generally the people who are complaining they're not making money is because they're not working hard enough. You know, I mean, you can, at the end of the day, you can kid yourself. You know, if you want to kid yourself and say you're doing the most, then that's fine. But obviously that's going to reflect in your pay packet.
Yeah.
You know, network marketing isn't difficult. We have like a DMO, so a daily method of operation. I mean, these are daily non-negotiables that we need to do every single day to get shit done, basically. And if you're not doing it, it's not going to work. It's not as simple as just putting a couple of pretty pictures up on Instagram and saying, hey, look at me. That shit, it just doesn't fly anymore. It used to, granted, you know, or it would be more well received. But, you know, particularly in the social media space now, you know, when people come to your Instagram or your TikTok or whatever platform you use, people want to be entertained. They want to be informed. You know, you have to offer them some sort of value. I mean, your Instagram's beautiful. It's perfect. I love it. So
Thank you.
You know, you have to be able to give something back to your audience. You know, when you're selling anything, whether it's a service or a business or a physical product, people need to know, like, and trust you. Yeah. So they get to know you through your social media. Then maybe if they like you, that's fine. So not everyone's going to like you. You know, get over yourself. You know, there's how many billions of people in the world? Go find someone who does. And then they, you know, just don't even come crying to me about it. And then, you know, and then potentially they'll trust you enough to buy from you. It's not rocket science, really, is it? You know, but can you just sit back and just take a snap and say, hey, buy from me? Not at all. It doesn't work that way. So,
do you think it's, obviously you have a really good business head, like you had an incredible career before that, so like your foundation knowledge about business and what it takes is completely different to the average woman or mum who enters the space to get a bit of extra money around the children. So do you think that actually the narrative which is being sold specifically online is wrong?
I wouldn't say wrong per se. I just think people I think you should manage your expectations. I mean, I've heard it bandied about before that, and I did a deep dive prior, so I wasn't misquoted on here, about the network marketing space in particular creates more female millionaires than any other industry. I couldn't find anything actually to back that up, but what I did find is that it creates more female leaders than any other industry. You need your capital outlay is minimum. I mean, as Simon Oren, it's free to join. You invest in your product, and that could be a £30 collagen. I mean, we're not talking hundreds of pounds even. Anybody can actually do that and then share your experience with your network. And then on top of that, in order to become a good leader, in order to be able to lead people and show people the way to do the same way, it goes really into a period of self-growth. I mean, even for me, a year ago, I couldn't have sat in front of these cameras and these lights and sit here talking to you. But you learn how to, hopefully, I'm not coming off like an idiot, but you learn how to...
You're doing fine.
Thank you. You learn how to speak. You know, you learn how to... Your confidence grows. There's a lot of looking in yourself to finding out what your strengths are. There's also a lot of personal development in learning new skills. Now, obviously, I have a corporate background and I'm well educated, but those are all skills that can be learned by anybody.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a formal qualification. Just a desire to learn, I think, is key.
I think what network marketing for me gives women is flexibility. It gives women an entry point of creating a career.
Yeah.
Amongst being a mum, for example. Or also women who maybe, because they were a mum early, didn't have the opportunities to go to uni or have a certain corporate career which they can build up on. So I think, and this is what I really like about network marketing. I think when I was younger, when I was a new mum, that wasn't around. So there was no option. It was very much like, okay, have you got A levels or not? Did you go to university or not? What's your qualification? And therefore you're put in a certain drawers in terms of jobs. So I think this is absolutely great. But I do think the danger with this is because, and that's our own fault as women, because we think it's easy to make money when we then don't make money, because it is a whole business. Let's get that straight. It's not just
100%.
like you said, putting a picture up or trying to sell a product to someone or convincing someone to buy. It's a whole business operation behind this for every single one of those women who actually makes it and making good money.
Yeah. The key is as well with there's no reinventing the wheel here. That, you don't have to come in. I mean, obviously with your content, it helps to be a disruptor, as it were. But the processes are the same for everybody. It's offering your products. Offering the business opportunity, expanding your network. These are all basics that genuinely anybody can learn, regardless of social background or their or their status at the moment. And like you said, it can be fit in and around the school hours, for instance. I mean, there's a girl, Katy, lovely lady. She's not on my team, but she's one of my sidelines, and she's just taken the whole of April off because her children in private education, so they have longer holidays, and that was intentional. But she shared that because our business is subscription based, so we have guaranteed revenue as such, based on that model. So she was able to take her foot off the accelerator that particular month and stay with her children for the month. Obviously, her business didn't grow, but at the same time, her business didn't stall. Yeah. So I think that's a key point for women, 100%.
Hugely. But what would you say to people who are listening and saying, I've heard it all before. This is just what they tell you to make you believe it's a good thing, the network marketing. It is a pyramid scheme. What do you actually say to people like this? Because I'm not going to lie, like my husband works in finances and he's a very black and white guy. And when I did the travel thing, I did it really to save on my own travel. I was never intention to sell travel to anyone because I wouldn't have had the capacity to do that.
Or time, probably.
I wouldn't. I did it because I travel a lot. I'm saving a lot of money through this for my own personal travel. And I was doing it more like for research purposes, just to kind of figure out how it works. But he was also very, very, very skeptical. And he was the one who really looked into that particular company, their structure, how they're being built, and terms of conditions and all of that. And I needed him to do that because even I was like, is this a pyramid scheme or not?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, my job isn't to convince people to do something. I mean, all I can do, and to be honest, I can't be bothered. I haven't got enough time to convince people otherwise. If I'm being completely honest, I take the opinion that if you think it's a pyramid scheme, then I wish you luck. I wish you go with grace. Because there's plenty of other people who are open-minded and who will look at the business model and be open to the opportunity. I haven't got the time to convince people who think that it's a pyramid scheme. So that would be the short answer, really, because it's just not. And I'll go back to what I said at the beginning when we started talking. essentially what I do is I use products which I love. I mean, if you cut my veins open, it would be brand colours.
You absolutely love your products.
I absolutely adore the products, and I would stand on a hill and say they are the best on the market. And then I share those with people within my network, whether that be my friends, my family. I mean, everyone's on the Simon Collagen now, obviously, or on social media. But it's something that we do every single day. I mean, at the hairdressers, I recommended a Netflix series. We were talking about a restaurant. I said this to you before. I mean, we do it day in, day out. And women, we're natural oversharers. We love where we've got what from. But the difference is Netflix are not going to pay me a commission for doing that. Yeah, true. And the restaurant, the Italian up the road, they're not paying me a commission. That is the only difference. I mean, how many times you go on your Instagram stories and you say about, I really love this lip gloss. Exactly the same thing. You just put a link and it's Simon Orion. There's no difference. We do it day in, day out.
And when it comes to commission, because obviously you could say, okay, that's fine, but that's a recommendation. You don't really have a gain from recommending this to me. Obviously, with network marketing or with your products, there is a financial gain for you to someone purchasing. But this is nothing different, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is nothing different to an affiliation link. Like any influencer putting a product out with a link, they're all getting commission on every single time we're clicking this link, and another piece of commission every single time we're actually purchasing from that link. It's completely the same, isn't it?
Exactly the same thing. The business model Beyond Beauty actually is quite unique in the market.
Tell me about this.
So it's almost, I mean, as a company, they're only 2 years old. They've experienced 300% growth across the company within those 2 years. One of the fastest growing direct sales company in the whole of Europe. I mean, they've really gone bang in the industry. So it's a hybrid model in as much that so we have an affiliate side of that, which is exactly what you were just saying. We have an affiliate side of the business where you have your website, you share your link on your social media or however you wish to promote it. And then you earn up to 40% commission on everything that you sell. I mean, we all do that. And then if you, like myself, if you want to go on to build a team and show other women how to do this. I mean, I love managing the girls, and I really, really love seeing, that first spark of, oh, can I really do it? Actually, fuck yeah, I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. And like getting that commission check. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. So that's what I do too. But it's not either or, you can do both. And I mean, if you wanted to just come into just doing purely affiliate work, I mean, again, that completely blows the pyramid scheme out of the water. There's no pyramid, it's you, yourself and I, and you're still earning up to 40% commission. So
there is this option. You can go either way.
Either way. So that in itself, it's a rather unique model. It's not something that I had seen before. And again, why a lot of the girls, all the girls in my team working within the beauty industry, so they have their own clinics and salons. For them, it's perfect. They have...
It's complementary, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So it kind of enhances the salon experience. They're able to, give some longevity to their treatments, that kind of thing. They're bringing the salon into their home care as such. They have, an audience of customers and clients that know, like, and trust them. They look to them for expertise. So it's a really natural affiliation, 100%.
Also, doing this affiliation as a beautician, you're getting a really good product within your clinic. Yeah. Where you don't have any overheads. You don't have to produce a product, you don't have to market a product, you don't have to do all the testing and all the legal thing which comes with it. You obviously you have to be behind the product, like you absolutely live, breathe and
I love it.
Do it. But I think actually your top is even brand colors, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, that was kind of intentional. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you did catch me out. Yeah, well spotted. Yeah, it is. But the other thing to say on that as well, you got me. The other thing to say on that is as well, there's no minimum stock to hold. So if you go,
really good point to say, because again, I don't have my facts completely right here, but I think Avon. you have to have a minimum stock with Avon. I think back in the days, if I remember this correctly, you actually have to buy quite a big bunch of products to actually sell this on.
No.
That's not the case with you.
Not at all. No, you can choose a product. As I said, do you know what? I've had girls join my business purely on the strength of the sheet masks because they love them so much. They promote those. They give, use them in their facials, or they give them to their clients in between Profilo.
Yeah.
But there's no minimum stock to hold at all. So you could literally join, as I said earlier, spend £34 on a collagen, use it and start recommending that to your clients, and then just get up and running, start earning commission straight away, really.
I really love that we're having this conversation because, yes, absolutely, there are scams out there. We can't deny this. That's just the way it is. And especially with social media and everything around now and AI, there is a lot of scamming people around there. But I think it's really important to shine a light on is that there is actually very reputable companies out there, and the business model is super clever, and it allows mums in particular, and I know I keep saying mums, but it is particular for mums. It allows them actually to make an independent income whilst also being a mum.
Yeah. I mean, as women, we wear many hats, right? We have the home to run, children, and all those things. And I think sometimes as well, especially when children are small, you can sometimes get a little bit lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's not that element of, something for me. And, this gives you a vehicle to be able to do that. It gives you your space in able to grow in your way.
Yeah.
I mean, it might just be you just want to earn a few £100s a month. Brilliant, great.
Yeah.
But then again, especially in today's climate, let's not belittle the power of being able to earn a couple of £100s a month.
Absolutely.
That could be a car payment. That could be
make or break for a lot of families.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think there are more women turning to network marketing as a whole, A, for its flexibility, and B, just to give that little bit extra.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to build a great big team. I mean, I'm greedy, I do, but
But not everyone can.
Everybody
not
can.
Everyone is a natural leader or can actually lead a team.
No.
And before we get into this, because I really want to get into this, I think besides the money and everything else, what those kind of companies and the way they're set up and the way they're operating also gives them a sense of community.
Oh, 100. I mean,
and I think this is one of the biggest benefit of actually being involved in a reputable network marketing company.
Yeah.
The girls I see online and the girls I know who are in that business, who are really making good money or little money, whatever suits them, but the community feel they have specifically as mum is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's actually nothing like it.
Yeah.
I have to say, everyone's. I mean, it is like girl power in in its best sense. My husband takes the piss a little bit because right, whenever we're on the phone, we say, I love that for you. That is a key phrase that we do.
Yeah.
I must admit, I do use quite a lot, right? So my husband goes, I love that for you. But there is a lot of that, like female empowerment, lifting up. I have had the chance to meet women that I probably wouldn't have met in my normal day-to-day life. I have adopted granddaughters now because of it. That I think is key, and I think genuinely a lot of women join just for the community, and that in itself, my God, that can give you such a confidence boost, and that actually is probably worth more than money to a lot of women. So for that, I will always be 100% thankful. Always.
I think that confidence piece is so much more than money, because without that, you are actually not able to make money. You're not going to be able to be good in your job, even if it's a 9 to 5. Even if you just work at Costa doing coffee, you still have to be confident. You still have to be able to talk to people. You still have to be like a certain type of person. Yeah. So I think this is really, really important, that confidence piece, and enabling women also to have something else other than their home life and their children, not to be reduced to this. And there's a lot of us women out there who want that and who need that. And we still love our children. I love being a mom and a wife, but I love being a businesswoman. Yeah,
100%. And I think sometimes as well for some women, their corporate career as such, and many talents that they could bring to the network marketing space are being slept on. They're being pushed to one side because they have children. And let's face it, to be honest, childcare is so expensive now.
Oh my God, yeah, it's crazy.
It's horrific. I mean, why would you bother? I mean, in some respects,
also a lot of people can't afford it.
Can't afford it. You'd literally be working for nothing. So it does enable women to have the flexibility to be able to do something for themselves, earn some extra money, and fit in with their children. So you're right. I think that is a key. My children are older now, so I do kind of tend to forget that a little bit. But it's really worth pointing out because that's true. Yeah.
So you strike me as a hype girl.
Yep.
I don't know you very well. Like some people I interview, I have known for a little bit longer. So we just recently met, but you've always had this huge amount of energy about you, and that's why I love that you're on the podcast.
Yep.
And I know that your favorite part of the business is the leading a team, is showing the other women within your team the ropes and how it's been done, and helping them to really succeed and to really be the best. Or get the best out of this, the work process, what you can give them. So tell me a bit about this. Was this always something you wanted to do, or was it a natural progression, and how does it look like?
Do you know what? No, I completely fell into it. It's something that I didn't think that would give me as much joy and satisfaction as it did. So when I first started, it was really just as I said, I was just going to be an affiliate, really, so that's, what I was going to do. But then I know a lot of girls in the industry, and then they started seeing what I was doing. So it was like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And when she watches this, she'll know exactly who she is. There was a very good friend of mine. She's very well respected in the industry, won awards, etc., etc. And I first went to her, and she was like, no, absolutely no, pyramid scheme. Yeah. No, it's like, oh shit. No, I'm not. No, absolutely not. And now she's one of my leaders. So so it was to watch her fall in love with the business, and the sudden penny drop. Yeah. Like, I love these products. I'm going to tell everyone about them. Yeah. And watching her grow now as a leader, and pushing her into, she has a small team of her own now, which is fabulous. Great. Yeah. So for me, that was the key moment. I thought, actually, this is what I really want to do. This is what really makes my day. Seeing those girls rank and being able to say, go on, girl, you've done it. Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah, I love that for you, darling. I love that for you. So I think that was, and probably about 9 months ago, that penny dropped for me, and that is where all of my attention goes now. Obviously, I have my key. Again, going back to what we said, I don't just earn commissions and stuff. I obviously have my own customers and clients, so I work the two side by side. But it's something that I didn't think I would grow to love as much as I do.
I can definitely tell that you absolutely love it. And I think the type of person you strike me to be is you are at the right place there. Yeah,
I think so. I've also learned that you can't make someone do something as well. You're always going to have people join your team.
Yes,
oh my God. Yeah. You're always going to have people join your team that is going to...
Doesn't it annoy you?
No, I just can't be asked.
It used to really annoy me so much when... What annoyed me was when people are asking for the moon and the sun, but are not really wanting to put anything in. Yeah. And I'm thinking, do you really... I know... like my life may look like really glamorous or easy or nice, but do you actually think I'm not doing anything all day?
I see. I've learned to protect my peace in as much as that.
Oh, I'm now as well, but
I learn. So obviously we have I have an onboarding system. Yeah. So a series of it's all laid out for first 7 days. So I'm very, very. If I give you those first 7 days, very easy steps, and you don't comply, then I'm, or at least make some sort of action towards it, I'm happy for you to be in my world. You stay in my world, you stay in my group chats. But then obviously my energy has to go elsewhere.
Yeah, so your boundaries are very strong.
Very strong. Good. Because otherwise, what's that old saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly the same there. But, again, some people do just join the industry because they like the sense of community, and that's cool too.
Yeah.
It's just finding out runners, we call them. So who's going to be running the business and working really hard, and who just wants to be in your world, which is cool either way.
Yeah, I like to do some fire questions with you.
Go on then.
I hope that's okay. You ready?
Let's go.
Okay. You went from Goldman Sachs to building, then to network marketing and skincare. Each step moves you further away from what society seems to be serious work. Do you think the more a woman actually enjoys her work, the less respect she gets from it?
Oh, that's a good one.
I know, thank you.
Yeah, wow. Okay, let me just think about this for a second. I think that society frames too much of what people think, and I think as long as you're happy with what you're doing, your family's happy, and you're not hurting anybody, you shouldn't give a shit what anybody else thinks.
Love that. For you?
I'm never going to let that down, am I? Yeah.
No.
No.
You're a top performer in your team. You run a strict DMO. You coach other women to the same standard. So be honest. When you see other women in this industry doing it lazily, doing it badly, doing it half-assed, taking shortcuts, and giving the whole thing a bad name, how do you actually really feel about this?
I'd be lying if I said it didn't piss me off. But again, you get shitty people in every industry, don't you? You know, so I mean, you know, there's a lot of bad bankers out there. There's a lot of bad estate agents. I think it's just business as a whole. I wouldn't take it personally as a network marketing. There's good and bad in all.
So you wouldn't? Do you not think that because the industry is almost like questioned a lot as it is, when you then have women who are joining who don't really do the industry any favors to kind of change their perception of it, and then there's someone like you who's working really hard, who's really holding themselves to a lot of like really good standard and everything. So if that would be me, that would really piss me off. If I'm being really honest.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it gives the industry a bad name. But then, I mean, I personally know off the top of my head 5, 6 and 7-figure earners in the industry. So, you know, you just look to them and draw inspiration from them and know that that's not the way it should be done and not the way that I want it to do. And I guarantee my commission check's a lot higher than theirs. So.
Well, whatever inner work you have done, it's working because that is true inner confidence coming through.
Yeah.
So I like to end this episode with a question I extend to everyone. If you could give Emma, younger Emma, one brutally piece of advice about business, what would that be?
What would it be? Well, you can't tell a dickhead they're a dickhead because they won't believe you.
No. Okay, gonna end it here. Thank you for coming on the Unshakable Talks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you for listening to the Unshakable Talks. Please make sure to give us a follow and come back next week for another great conversation with another amazing woman. But I also want you to come to my event I'm hosting very soon. If you like listening to my episodes, if you like meeting the women I'm bringing on the Unshakable Talks, you will absolutely love my event because you're actually going to be in the room with the women from the podcast or women who do similar things. Tickets are only £10 and everything goes to charity. A charity I've chosen because it aligns fully with the values of the Unshakable Talks and with myself. The link is in the show notes. Get your ticket now.